It's advantage Liverpool because City and Arsenal are fucking boring. Welcome to the Corner Flag. I'm Amogh.
I'm Prashant.
And I'm Mukesh.
Oh, it is good to be back. Happy Holi to everyone who is celebrating. Happy Easter, happy Ramzan. If you're celebrating any of these faiths, we wish you all the best. And now that the religious propaganda is done and dusted, how are you guys? We've not been around for a week. We've missed a week, but we are back. Mukesh, what's been happening with you? You've been going surfing and all.
I didn't go surfing. I was web surfing while other people were doing actual surfing.
Acha.
I was pretty much just by the beach side, chilling. I was like,
That's
waves.
great.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, why would you go surfing then if you're not going to get into the water? Why go on a surfing trip?
Because people around me wanted to go surfing, and I was very much happy just being maximum on the beach.
Right. Do you know how to swim?
I know how to swim, but I don't know how to surf.
Oh, okay.
And then surfing looks damn hard, and then I'm like, oh, but it lasts only as long as a wave or something. So I'm like, oh, who wants to do that? It's like so much effort.
Yeah. It's too much effort for not as much
a reward.
A reward. But yes, the correct answer to the question, why did you go surfing when you don't know how to surf, is girlfriend.
Oh,
that is basically
all that.
the one word answer.
I was trying to sound less henpecked and more like I had a choice.
You could have just said I had to go, and we would have gone with that too.
No, I had to make it seem like I made the choice, I made the decision.
Yes.
Lovely.
Buddy, we are men. We agree, and we are aware of the fact that the women in our life run our lives.
We've got them convincing us about this patriarchy thing. Crazy.
Is that you guys have seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, no?
Yeah.
There's that fantastic bit in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Boyle and Gina are having a conversation about how Boyle wants who's that guy played by that Jason Mantzoukas, Pimento. Pimento starts living with Boyle, and Boyle is getting annoyed and he can't get Pimento to leave. He doesn't he's not alpha enough to tell Pimento to leave, and Gina's trying to get him to be alpha, and Boyle just doesn't get it. And he's like, I'm so happy being a beta. I'm just so happy being a beta. And then finally Gina does it for him, basically becomes the alpha and tells Pimento to fuck off. And she's like, see, being an alpha is really good. And then Boyle is just like, or did I just beta you into solving my problem? And that is basically what this entire thing is. Full fucking 4D chess. Men of the world tend to play, which is fascinating. Prash, what's going on with you? You're coming to Bombay.
I am coming to Bombay, so that'll be fun. I'll be in from the 18th, 19th onwards, and hopefully we'll try and come and meet you guys in the studio or apart from the studio as well.
Yes,
nice.
Yes.
That'll be fun.
I mean, to be fair, we haven't been to the studio in a while. People at Idea Brew who were there when we joined the studio have left. Next time we go to the studio, there might be a completely new set of people who won't know who we are. We won't know who they are. It'll be very awkward. So yeah, I don't know when we'll go into the physical studio next, because just remote ends up being a lot more convenient sometimes. Yeah, exactly. Right, shall we talk about the weekend's action then, because काफी कुछ हुआ title race में Premier League के. Mukesh, you would be the happiest of all of us. You don't look it, which is typical of a Liverpool fan.
That's true.
Just show the happiness, man.
Nope.
Show the happiness. It's fine.
Nope.
You don't want to jinx it at all.
Game 38, the last minute of extra time.
But what if you lose the title by game 35?
Then I'm good. Then I'm not sure anything. I knew it all along.
Yeah, you have started your sadness in advance.
Yeah.
So you have accounted for it.
The only
way
is emotionally up. Yeah, no matter how.
Yes, but of course Liverpool do have the advantage in the title race now because they won 2-1 at Brighton, and Manchester City and Arsenal were playing at the Etihad, and they treated us to a spectacularly entertaining 0-0 draw. Sarcasm initiated.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
my
my God.
fucking God.
That was so.
इतना boring game मैंने live में नहीं देखा. Like this is what happened, all right? I told my wife that 9 p.m. I am going to sit in front of the television and watch City versus Arsenal because it is going to be a great game. It is a very important game in the title race. Two teams who are in amazing form are going up against each other. What's going to happen? There will be goals. It will be entertaining. And at halftime, my wife is like, yeah, okay, this is fine. You can do what you want. Like, even though your team is not playing, we'll watch football. At halftime, I was like, you want to watch Netflix or what? Like, it got to a point where I suggested to my wife that we should watch Big Bang Theory of all shows. The worst fucking show in the history of sitcoms. I was like, let's watch Big Bang Theory. Sheldon ka chutiyap isse better.
Yeah. Oh my God. And I can't believe that people were trying to be like, it was a tactical masterclass of cancelling each other out. I'm like, that's still so boring. Oh my God. That was so boring.
This game was as close to Sheffield United versus fucking Leicester City as it can be. Like Sheffield versus Norwich.
Sorry, this is watching England Australia play a 10-day test match and watching the 7th day or something. Like, it was that boring. Like, I could not believe that people actually support these teams and they're praising them. Like, I'm like, oh my God, how can you even support this? Like, I'm sorry, like, dude, at the end of the day, someone else is winning trophies, so it can't be about the trophies. Like, I'm trying to say, like, what is it doing to you as a person that you enjoy this?
Okay, wait, did you just hint at the fact that Liverpool are going to win the league this season?
No, I said, like, even if they win the season, what does it do to you as a person that you enjoy this? It was so boring. Like, I genuinely texted my Arsenal fans saying, you actually support this? Like, is this, you can change. I know there's a thing that football fans can't change their team and like, but you can. Like, you don't have to support this. This is ridiculous. Like, you're saying this is you at your best. Like, I understand if your team is, in a bad phase and they're playing bad football. But this is your best football, and it's the most boring thing I've ever seen. Like, I'm trying to say, like, oh my God. And honestly, it wasn't even beautiful defense, like, like a Simeone or a Mourinho. There's aggression and there's like dirtiness and there's negative football even. This is just Tony Pulis. It was Tony Ball. It was Pulis Ball. Oh man,
oh my God.
So dull. Sorry.
Mukesh, is your Instagram profile private or is it public?
It's public.
I think you might need to make it private because बहुत सारा hate आने वाला है towards you.
That's okay.
Lots of Arsenal fans and 3 City fans are going to shower you with a lot of hate.
One of them being Noel Gallagher or something like.
Oh man, but yeah, no, very very seriously speaking, I know you're joking because of course. The same can be asked about you if Liverpool were to go on to win the title this season. How does it affect you as a Liverpool fan, Mukesh, sitting so far away from the city of Liverpool in the cozy suburb of Bandra?
The spectacle is entertaining. At the end of the day, see.
Ek minute. The spectacle is not entertaining. The spectacle doesn't exist. Klopp ने LASIK surgery करवाया है, तो उसका spectacle चला गया.
Amogh, you should become a Man City supporter or something like that.
I should become a Man City supporter.
The first hater. The first hater is going to come to your account, Mukesh.
Yeah.
I feel like Man City already have enough fans.
It's too many.
The 5 fans that they have, it's too many. So I don't think anybody else needs to jump ship and follow that economically inflated bandwagon. But okay, you say that the defending wasn't great, but I feel like Arsenal's defending does have to be given credit.
It was great, but I'm saying it wasn't like it wasn't beautiful to look at. Or it wasn't even so ugly it became beautiful. Like, what I'm trying to say?
I disagree with you very specifically on that point. I feel like Arsenal's defending was so ugly it was beautiful to look at. And case in point being Gabriel's teeth. Because if there is a point, अगर स्टेडियम में ऐसे फ्लड लाइट अगर बंद हो गया, there is some electrical issue, तो वो हैप्पी डेंट का ऐड होता था ना, गेब्रियल को चढ़ा दो फ्लड लाइट पे and tell him to smile and the game will continue and give Arsenal an extra substitution because he's helping the game progress. But fuck me, those teeth were like next level. There was even a point where I think he went up for a challenge at a corner and he hurt his face and he went down.
Yeah.
And he was clutching his jaw. And all I kept thinking was, bhai, tere daat itne bade hai. Obviously, they're going to get hurt. Like, your teeth walk into a room before you do.
At a point, I was wondering whether, the boxes where they wear the retainers or everything. I felt that he's wearing one of those just because of how intense the game is.
Yeah.
And I said, are these really his teeth?
No, they're not, because all footballers do that, right? Once they make a certain amount of money, they have the money to spend at a dentist's office and they get fake teeth put in, right? Like veneers, I think.
Or hair transplant.
Or hair transplants. Both are I feel like European football has contributed the most to inflating the business capabilities of cosmetic surgeons in terms of hair and teeth.
Yeah, I feel like that is actresses get the short end of the stick on this. Don't you think?
Exactly. Exactly.
अभी थोड़ा
किधर है विरल
फुटबॉल प्लेयर
अभी थोड़ा फेमिनिज्म करते हैं because we are shut on it. Female listeners.
Oh my god.
But I was saying,
please, Mookie, don't say female listeners and go.
Yeah, please don't.
That's very weird.
No, that's wrong. No, it's fine.
You crossed that in.
I apologize. But I
just want to say to everybody who's listening to and watching this podcast, I want to send an open invitation to the likes of Oompla and Bollywood Life and Viral fucking Bhayani. किधर है तुम्हारे पापराजी बेंचो? जाओ उधर, जाओ एमिरेट्स पे, गैब्रियल का फोटो देखो, इसने कॉस्मेटिक सर्जरी करवाया. Do all of that shit, man.
It's incredible how much like male footballers, managers, right? They do so much. Like so many changes to their face, right? Teeth and like hair and skin. Like, famously Ronaldo's done stuff to his skin. Right? I'm sure at some level, some stuff is happening to their body also, right? Like I'm thinking everything below the neck and below.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be just a football page 3, like Miss Maliniano or something like that.
But I mean, if you start having that, right, then immediately you're going to be like, can we start focusing on the real game? Because that used to be the media earlier on, right?
Correct.
We've seen this earlier on, I think like the early 2000s and 90s, we used to see a lot of this kind of bullshit media.
Yeah.
But now if you kind of bring that in, that's just encouraging Instagram-worthy footballers.
I would love for Gabriel Magalhaes to come out and say, I would really like it if the media focused on the way I play football and not how I look. I would love that.
Yeah. And then someone like Maguire will be like, hey guys, let's focus less on my football, more on my antics, more on my surgeries.
Maguire would be like, let's focus less on my football, more on my looks. Oh fuck, can't even focus on my looks. Nothing great there. Can we focus on the meme where I was talking to 3 girls? Please, let's focus on that. That's the one flattering meme of me. No, but I feel like in terms of the defense, I think credit where credit is due. I think Arsenal did defend well, and they defended so well that Erling Haaland, a player who is known to be a lethal force in front of goal, जो मतलब ऐसे breakfast के लिए goals मारता है, he was nowhere to be seen. They kept him very, very quiet, and in fact, Man City had one shot on target. And that was, I think, Nathan Ake's header that David Raya saved, which was very early on in the game. But Haaland was nowhere to be seen. And on Sky Sports in the UK, Roy Keane had something very interesting to say about this.
Yeah, so bizarre.
Roy Keane basically called Erling Haaland a League 2 player. Like his quote exactly was, the levels of his general play is so poor. Not just today, I think his laying stuff off, headers, whatever it might be, in front of goal, he's the best in the world. But for his general play, for such a player, it is so poor. He has to improve that. He's almost like a League 2 player. That's the way I look at him. His general play has to improve, and it will do over the next few years. You think Roy Keane just wants to continue that feud with Alf-Inge Haaland?
Yeah, I was just
It seems like,
this seems like I want more revenge. I wasn't happy breaking your father's shin. So, let's continue. He's like a 90s villain, no?
Exactly. Roy Keane is basically saying, Baap ka, dada ka, sabka badla lega tera Roy.
Yeah.
He's basically saying that he's going through the entire generations of the Haaland family.
Yeah.
Being like, main sabke gaand marunga. So, it is fantastic. But do you, I mean, what would make Roy Keane say Haaland is a League 2 player? Why not League 1? That's what I want to know. Why not Championship? Because that is also a dig at Haaland.
Yeah.
It could be, but he's gone straight for the bottom league in the professional football pyramid in England. सीधा League 2 ही बोल दिया.
I think League 1, didn't he play or manage? Wait, didn't Roy Keane once play or manage in League 1 or something like that? I think he has.
No, he managed Sunderland. He managed Sunderland.
But was it when he was Championship, League 1?
They were in Championship, but I think they weren't in League 2. I don't think he was managing a team in League 2.
No.
Yeah, I mean, your point saying that if...
I think he's like, he can't say it very close to whatever he did, right? Like he can't.
Right.
Yeah,
he can't be like, my Scottish team or something like that. He can't do that.
Your digs have to be far enough from your biggest embarrassment.
He's like,
so
why he played like he plays for like Celtic or whatever, wherever Rocky played.
I mean, the best thing he could say right now, he looks like a Man United player. Like that's the best dig that he can make in this current climate. Yes, I know. Self-deprecation, jokes about my own team. That is the way to cope with the depression that is being a Man United fan.
Self-deprecation is awkward for us, dude. Oh, dude.
Very awkward.
You go deprecate somewhere else with your feelings.
Yeah, very, very. No, my feelings will come in the second half when we'll actually talk about United 1, Brentford 1. But that is for second half. तो काफी सारा बातचीत करेंगे, questions लेंगे, उसके बाद हम उसके बारे में बात करेंगे. But from Roy Keane, like the other figure that was very, very, very much in the mix of things in this fixture was Pep Guardiola, because he had so many things happening. He was frustrated on the touchline throughout the game because his players apparently were not carrying out the game plan like he expected. But after the match, he did go to Jack Grealish and give him a stern talking to. He was losing it at Jack Grealish. And Jack Grealish, like a sweet little schoolboy, was taking it. He was like, yeah, I understand. Okay. And then what do I do? It was almost like Jack Grealish was like, yaar, kabhi takla band karega, mere ko jaake vodka pina hai.
Yeah, for me, it was just that. It was like, when the teacher's yelling at you and nothing, usually there's a point where the teacher's yelling and you zoned out. You basically zoned out and you're like, lunch mein kya kare, aloo matar. You're just there. It's that. That's what's happening in his
head. Yeah. He was dreaming of recess at that point.
Yeah.
If you put a thought bubble over his head, it just said recess mein kya milega. But yeah, so he went and told Jack Grealish off, and then he stopped a heated conversation between Haaland and Gabriel, and to the point where Gabriel just didn't want to let go. He was like, "Arey, no, मैं तो friendly बात कर रहा था कि इसकी गांड मारी मैंने. I had him in my pocket throughout. That is essentially what I was telling him in a very friendly manner. कि तू fuck all है. Roy Keane तेरे को League 2 player बुलाया.
Nunes is better than you.
Listen, I don't think any Arsenal player was making a reference to a Liverpool player. But yes, and he did manage to kind of put them off. Do you think Guardiola is the best person to stop an argument between two players, though?
I could see that. At least in this case, definitely. But I mean, then he will go and he went to Gabriel after that on his own. He hugged him out and he said, "Okay, why don't you chill out and relax to it, right?" He'll deal with the situation in his own way. He said, "My player cannot get involved with it. I will fight on their behalf." So I think that I kind of like from his side.
Yeah. No, I feel like if he goes to stop a fight between two players, he's going to be quite effective because he will bore them with strategies and football nerd knowledge.
That's why Jack Grealish has a drinking problem. Because he's like, oh my god, this guy is just boring me.
Probably. Yeah.
He's just like, this is
the only time I have inverted a pyramid is when I have poured a bottle of Patron into my shot glass.
Yeah.
But yes, so that was Man City. But yes, like I said, this does put Liverpool top of the table. Mukesh, Liverpool beating Brighton 2-1
Yeah.
after that horrendous defeat in the FA Cup to a certain team
A
called Manchester United.
mid-table team.
A certain mid-table
An
team.
upset.
Yes,
Catastrophic upset.
Hey, they all count. Upset ho ya na, they all count. But yes, they're back to winning ways now, 2-1 against Brighton. It didn't seem like it would go that way because an early goal from Danny Welbeck almost spoiled it.
I don't know, but it felt like, I think, okay, here's the thing. It felt like Liverpool will score 2 for sure, but it didn't look like Liverpool could defend and restrict it to only 1, which is what I think was scary, because I think in the end, Adam Lallana, I think he just sprayed a shot really wide. And I was like, that's just him being a Liverpool player. Like, there was no way he could have missed that shot, right? You know Adam Lallana. He's an injured player, but he's never been a bad player, right? And this is the guy who's famously scored in tight, he's scored in crunch situations before. That's a reputation he has a little bit, at least with Liverpool fans. And when he sprayed that shot wide, I'm like, he still has it in him. He still has it in him.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's one of the first games that Klopp has won against De Zerbi.
Yeah. You think it's Klopp's way of saying De Zerbi is not the right candidate to take over after me?
He's not deserving of this opportunity.
Okay. Oh, and my puns are back.
I got it. I'll take the heat.
No. It was absolutely sublime. ये बहुत मस्त pun था. Well done. Very, very well done.
Don't lure me into your ways. I'm not gonna start cracking puns or approve of yours just because you gave me this pass. I will
come to the dark side, Mukesh.
That's what he makes you think.
Come to the dark side. Yeah, exactly. Come to the dark side. But let's talk about the managerial candidates now, because Xabi Alonso has said that Liverpool is not going to be his destination. He intends to stay at Leverkusen, which I think is a fantastic decision from Xabi Alonso's point of view, because he's not an established manager yet.
Yeah.
You know, he's on his way to win his first league trophy with Leverkusen, but I think one more season and a Champions League run next year.
I think a Champions League run with less pressure on him, because you see, if he comes to Liverpool, right, the three
so
options,
much heat.
Yeah, between Bayern, Real Madrid, and Liverpool. Real Madrid and Bayern, though, you have to win it. Like, there's no other option. You have to win the Champions League. Liverpool's like, hey, you have to do really well in the Champions League, and there is some pressure to win it. So it's too much for him, someone who's never played. And we saw Graham Potter struggle at Chelsea with the same sort of pressure. And maybe Alonso is a better manager than Potter. Maybe he's not. But I think it's a very smart call to stay back at Leverkusen, make the Champions League mistakes. He still has the street cred that he'll be the guy who's beaten Bayern Munich, right?
Yeah.
Maybe given that the way he's playing, you can imagine they'll get till quarters. It's not an unsafe bet. And after that, if he even makes it till semis, that's great. Like
it's a great run. Yeah,
it's a great run.
It's a great run. But now that Alonso is categorically out of the race, De Zerbi and Ruben Amorim are the two front runners for the job, right?
Also, is one name that people are saying. One name.
What do you say about Thomas Frank though? What do you think? Do you think that that's a good idea?
I'll tell you what. I think if this was post Brendan Rodgers, I might have taken Thomas Frank. But because now there's
post Brendan Rodgers, you would have taken anyone.
That's true. That's true.
Post Brendan Rodgers, you could have taken Akarsh as an Everton fan who's not a manager managing Liverpool. Like, this will still be better.
So maybe, but I think now only because I do feel like at some level, no matter how humble your players look on the outside, they do want to take instruction from someone who's at some level some sort of a winner, and should have won something, at least a domestic league or something. Which is why I think maybe Thomas Frank, even though I think if all players listen to him, he might get something really good, but I think egos will come in between, and that's actually really bad. So Liverpool have to go to a really shit position, and then maybe Thomas Frank to take them up.
I feel like definitely De Zerbi is the better of all three options.
Oh no,
because
really?
He's
no.
Really. No, this is. Okay,
I would have thought, yeah.
Yeah, so this is my thinking. My thinking is that De Zerbi has proven himself in the Premier League. He's got Premier League experience now, so he knows the teams that he's going to be up against and the players that he's going to come up against. We know tactically he's quite sound. He's continued the philosophy of Brighton now. That philosophy and Liverpool's footballing philosophy might be slightly different, but I think De Zerbi's done enough to prove himself as a competent strategic manager. On the other hand, Ruben Amorim, also a young manager playing with Sporting in Portugal, is a bit of a gamble. Of course, he's very highly rated in Europe, but it's still him with Sporting in a league in Europe that is not one of the top leagues in Europe. So how is that transition going to be for an Amorim to come to the Premier League and at a Liverpool, no less? Not even a mid-table team where he gets to dip his toes into the Premier League waters a little bit and then move on to a bigger job in the Premier League. But to directly come here and take over Liverpool might be a little bit of a gamble. So I feel like because of that, specifically, De Zerbi makes a little more sense to me.
So this is the way I see it, right? Which is we've seen every club from Liverpool of the 80s to United of the 2010s to Arsenal. The minute, even more Chelsea's Mourinho, the minute a big manager leaves, they shit. For a good 2-3 years, they shit. Correct? Yeah. So to me, someone like Ruben Amorim, I think it's a psychological thing that he has a lot more to prove. And if he shit, he's going to get fired early, and then we can get Alonso. Which to me seems like, or if he works in the long term. De Zerbi, I feel like only because other managers have sort of probably figured him out. That's one. I do feel like a good hire after another manager will be some sort of freshness of ideas. Whereas De Zerbi, I'm not sure if he offers that same freshness that Amorim offers. Because for me, my thing is, Amorim is, if he doesn't work, and there's a very good chance he won't work. And there's a very good chance that despite, I think Sporting won after 16 years or something, that obviously doesn't translate. But the last time Liverpool did this mistake of choosing someone slightly proven over someone from Portugal who does well was Jose Mourinho. Because I think he was supposed to come to Liverpool and they said no, they picked Benitez over him. And ironically, Benitez, who won the league with Valencia, ended up winning the Champions League at Liverpool, and then Mourinho famously went on to win back-to-back, I think, leagues. So I think it'll be more useful to try with Amorim because after Klopp, it is going to be shit. Liverpool are going to be shit for a good 2 seasons. So now to see
Pakka, I'll hold you to it.
I'll hold you to it. Pakka.
If they're not, मैं तेरे घर पे आके चप्पल मारूंगा तेरे को.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll be like, oh damn, I lost the bet, but I'm so much happier. My mental health is all right, damn it. But yeah, which I think Amorim is nice because it's a much different bet. No one knows him, and if he shit, we can just wait it out for long.
Right. Very quickly before we go into the break, let's talk about Alexis McAllister because that was possibly one of his best performances in a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah. He was probably the best. He completely ran the midfield, which even makes me think that, man, because earlier in the season he was playing number 6 and he was playing much deeper, which means he couldn't come up. Whereas now he's really thriving now that Wataru Endo has emerged as a Japanese samurai on higher. He's being trusted so much more up front. He's really good. Every pass he's making. Also, he's so calm and composed. I don't know how he does it. Like, he seems so calm.
I think
tiny spaces.
Yeah, but I feel like he spends his time and he uses a lot of his football education to watch clips of Kobe Manu playing. So I think that's what teaches him on how to be a calm and composed midfielder on the ball.
That's true.
So,
the World Cup
he's
winner,
learning from the best.
The guy who gave, I think, the assist to Messi in one of the goals at least, is learning from Kobe Manu, who's just been called up. For whose biggest achievement till now is to be called up. For the
but sport. I mean, you learn something new every day. So, the learning never stops, Mukesh. The learning never stops. Right. On that note, let's take a quick break. On the other side, we talk about the nonsense that is Manchester United and the absolute entertaining fixture between Newcastle and West Ham United. Lots to talk about. See you on the other side. Welcome back to the Corner Flag, everybody. And as always, we begin the second half with your questions. Questions with the Corner Flag.
Dude, answers also, huh?
Super. Our first question is by Noob Clicks. He says, Xabi Alonso also rejected Liverpool. So, Slaven Bilic?
Yes.
I'm ready for some...
I wanted to bring this up,
Oh my God.
I'm ready for some Pulis ball. Because considering Arteta's anyway playing Pulis ball with a 6-4 formation, I'm ready for a Pulis ball.
Okay, I really want to congratulate Noob Clicks for this question. I really love this because we keep talking about Tony Pulis and we keep talking about Sam Allardyce, but a certain Slaven Bilic's name is not mentioned enough on this podcast.
That's true.
Correct.
And I feel like a legendary manager like Slaven Bilic needs more representation. And thank you, Noob Clicks, for reminding us that this character exists. And for fucking sure, I would love to see Slaven Bilic at Liverpool.
For sure.
That would make my day 100%.
Fully agreed. The next one is by Mehta Ishan. He says, honestly, कुछ नया है नहीं पूछने को. होली कैसी रही ये बता दो.
कुछ ना किया होगा.
मतलब
काम किया.
कुछ नहीं किया. I don't think हम नहीं खेल.
Neither did I. Just I don't
enjoy the
I don't
holiday,
like
man.
Holi.
just eat sweets, watch TV.
You don't
continue
like
work.
Holi?
I don't like Holi.
Why?
Holi wronged me. No, I actually don't like it. I don't like all the colors.
What do you mean Holi? Hold up, what?
Nothing. I was
Did
like,
somebody tease you on the streets of Bandra? Did somebody come up to you on Holi like, oh, chore?
How was that you? That was a very accurate impression of what happened.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So,
Okay, the next one. No, you wanted to say something, Muki?
No, that's it.
Holi?
Yeah, no Holi.
Okay, cool.
You want to tell us after we stop recording?
Yeah, it's a private thing that I tell you.
Cool. Members only, guys. If you give us enough followers on YouTube, we'll launch a membership tier. For 500 rupees a month, you can get all of Mukesh's embarrassing stories. Let's go.
That's actually a good scheme, though. How much would you reveal
It's a
a
great
secret for? Like, how much would a listener of the podcast, have to contribute for you to be like, okay, this is a secret. I will tell you something embarrassing that happened with some girlfriend or something. What would it take? I'm like 2,000 rupees and I'll reveal something. Like, that's how low my bar is.
You already paid you already gave the price also.
Yeah,
Wow,
2,000 rupees if someone pays, I will whisper a secret in their ear.
Okay, cool. There we go. There's a new buy me coffee tier.
Yeah, you guys
There's
have
a new
big
buy me
rates.
coffee tier for
What
us.
are your rates?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, 2,000. It depends on the level of secret.
Of course,
that you
so I
want
said,
to
right,
whisper.
like something embarrassing with a girlfriend. That's like a 2,000 rupee secret.
Yeah. I think I'll also start at around 2,000. I'll go up to let's say 1 lakh.
Yeah, but
Well,
okay,
I
what
got
would you
some
reveal at
juicy
1 lakh,
secrets.
dude?
Arey, that's the key. I can't even
Oh, you
tell
can't
you
even
what I'll
reveal
reveal.
what I'll First,
That's
give a
how-
lakh. You put a
That's
lakh.
first give me 2,000 to reveal what I will reveal
Yeah.
when you give me 1 lakh.
That's true.
Then
that's
give
true.
me 1 lakh and I'll reveal what I'll reveal when you give me 1 lakh.
Yeah.
Next level. Too
Yep.
good. The next one is by Arbin R. He says, can Man United play spoilsport in Liverpool's plans once again?
You can.
No.
You can.
Yeah, they can.
See, it depends. If you're coming off the back of a defeat, then yes, we'll have a victory. If you're coming off the back of a victory, then yes, we'll have a defeat. So it's alternate. The consistency नाम की कोई चीज है नहीं. So it entirely depends on Mercury's where in the sky and Saturn का क्या चल रहा है, शनि का क्या चल रहा है, मंगल का क्या चल रहा है. It depends entirely on.
Okay. Fair. The last question is by Dux.7. He says, is Cole Palmer the Premier League youngster this season?
No, Kobe Manu is the Premier League youngster this season. Cole Palmer is doing well because he plays in a position where he can score goals and he's scoring a lot of goals, so fair enough. But he is also the one good thing in an objectively shit team. So he stands out a lot more. Now
The same could be said about Kobe Manu as well.
Exactly, but where is Chelsea in the league and where is United
They're in a
the league?
shittier position.
Exactly.
Chelsea is in a shittier position. I love how we're like, tera team shit nahi hai, mera team shittier hai.
Prashant, exactly. The fact of the matter, Prashant, is मेरी टट्टी तेरी टट्टी से थोड़ी कम बासी है. तेरी टट्टी बहुत बासी है. So,
which is
that
why
basically it.
Cole Palmer stands out of that tatti.
I eat rose petals, you eat asparagus. That is the difference between your tatti and my tatti.
No, man.
It is still tatti, but slightly better smelling tatti over absolutely foul smelling tatti.
Cole Palmer above Kobe Manu. Thoda, nahi, thoda.
क्या बात कर रहा है यार?
Yeah. For sure.
Okay, I'm saying even in terms of age, bro. How old is Cole Palmer right now? Let's see.
21?
Let's see how Cole Palmer's 21. Kobe Maino's 18. So
Too
he's
bad.
younger.
He still sucks.
But he how do you say he's younger?
He's younger.
And he's achieving the same things that Cole Palmer is. Because he's not got
achieving
his
the same thing?
Yeah, you can't quantify it purely on the basis of goals. No, because in that respect, like a goalkeeper's never going to score goals. You can't compare different positions with different positions. That's never going to happen. And even within the midfield, Kobe Manu plays in a more defensive role. So his job is not goal scoring. His job is breaking down the play and starting attacks and counter attacks, right? Which he's doing really well. Cole Palmer's job is to keep scoring the goals because nobody else in Chelsea fucking wants to do it. And
he's doing it really well.
He's doing it really well. But I feel purely because Kobe Manu is younger and he's still doing what he's doing, he's a breakthrough. And fuck it, let my Man United bias show. Alejandro Garnacho.
मैं उसकी तो बात कर भी नहीं रहे यार. We're talking about Menu. Garnacho को क्यों डाल रहा है तू? I agree Garnacho is better.
मैं तो डाल रहा हूँ. मतलब मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि यार यूनाइटेड के पास 2 यंगस्टर्स है, चेल्सी के पास एक ही है.
But we have an entire squad of youngsters. What are you talking about?
Buddy, you have an entire squad of squads. तेरे squad में भी तेरा पूरा squad St. Andrews पे 3 ground पे 5v5 खेल सकता है.
That is true. They are fully youngster crowd. They don't bother about anything else. So, but still Cole Palmer.
Acha, Cole. Okay. Mukesh, do you want to weigh into this fascinating debate between
Mookie will add Clark. He'll put Bobby.
Terrible.
No, I'm going to say Conor Bradley, but also Wataru Endo.
Yes.
Conor Bradley is good as well. But Conor Bradley hasn't played enough yet.
Wataru Endo, guys. Or Kwanzaa, actually. Jarell Kwanzaa, like he's played about 10
Again. Bradley and Kwanzaa look very, very good. Credit where it's due. Excellent academy products from Liverpool, but they haven't played enough this season yet to be considered breakthrough
I think 21,
stars.
right? Is that the age to be like considered young?
21 should be. I would say 20 should be the maximum age because now with the way players are developing, 21 pe they're like set. You know, so I feel like 20 is the maximum age, but it also depends on how many games you've played. No. Now, Liverpool's injury crises have just begun and Bradley and Kwanzaa and all these guys are getting their chances and a run in the first team just about now. So their career is just picking up now. Whereas Kobe Manu has been in the starting lineup for United, Cole Palmer's been in the starting lineup for Chelsea for a while. So purely on that, I feel कि next season हम लोग Kwanzaa और Bradley के बारे में बात कर सकते
हैं. ठीक है. चलो तब मैं आऊँगा इस डिबेट को. ठीक है. Thank you very much. I will exit with Wataru Endo as the youngster of the season.
Yeah, the youngest player on the pitch.
Done. That's all the questions we've had, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much for writing in. Please do keep writing in through our social media platforms, which is at the @conflictpod on Instagram, or even in the comment section on our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/@conflictpod. Do go there and hit the subscribe button for episodes and video clips from the show as well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about the thing that I was dreading to talk about. Brentford won, Man United won. इतना मस्त खेलने के बाद, इतना होप देने के बाद, आफ्टर बीटिंग लिवरपूल 4-3, ये गू करते हैं ये लोग. It is just so fucking frustrating being a United fan, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's more frustrating being a Chelsea fan, I admit. But fuck me.
I'm not going to defend this part. I mean, we've done the whole my club is shittier than your club, whatever.
You not wanting to defend is very much like Man United defenders, because even they don't want to defend any part. So,
एक second. To be fair, I'm not saying that they didn't defend. Do you really think the defense gave way in the game? I think it wasn't the midfield that really pushed to try and get the ball.
नहीं, midfield का भी problem था, attack का भी problem था. Overall, the performance was just not. There was no energy, there was no urgency, there was no willingness to actually fight and win a game of football. I mean, Brighton had 30 shots compared to United's 11 roughly. I think that was the tipping of the stats, right? And it is humiliating for Man United to go to Brentford and sit back. Like, that is just fucking embarrassing. मतलब delete कर दो यार ये क्लब को, delete कर दो, नहीं चाहिए.
Not
Agree.
even shift delete. Not like permanently delete. None of that.
No,
Yeah, delete, but keep
uh,
in recycle bin for some time.
keep in
Huh.
recycle bin
Fair.
till Chelsea is coming up in midweek now. So delete, keep in recycle bin till midweek. Then United will beat Chelsea and we'll be like, oh, there is one more team that is shittier than ours. Bring them back, recover. It's a constant state of putting in recycle bin and removing from recycle bin. That is the life of a Man United fan. But it was Mason Mount. Mason Mount coming back into the squad from his long injury layoff, and he managed to get his first goal in United colours. A fantastic goal in the 96th minute of also what was a very boring game. This is how a 1-1 draw against Brentford for United was still more entertaining than 0-0 between City and Arsenal. There were 2 goals in this game. But yeah, so he did score, but he also went on to say that United didn't deserve to win.
Yeah, I think because Brentford was clearly so good in the game. Like Brentford, I think
Yeah.
they hit the post 8 times or something, right? Like,
Yeah,
oh my
absolutely.
god! I was like, Ivan Toney, come on, like bet on yourself, do something, finish it. How can you hit the post so many times?
I think he bet on him hitting the post so many
Yeah.
times because if the odds on that would have been massive.
Massive, like it
So,
was mental.
Mental, absolutely mental. Andre Onana said he feels sad. Oh, he feels sad because he said the entire quote was, "I feel sad because we are Man United and we should be beating everyone." I'm like,
Oh,
we are
man.
Man United now.
Oh
Ye
my
band
God.
karo abhi.
Yeah,
We are nothing. We are fucking
Oh.
nothing, dude.
Amogh, you know what?
Fucking nothing.
You know what? This is I feel like now I'm happy. The fact that
This is your
finally United has been broken to a point where the fans are like, "Arey, band karo ye Man United." Because I feel like since the time I started watching football in around 2007, 2008, I have always heard every United fan be cocky, right? And I've always
Yeah.
heard about as a Liverpool fan being told my place or whatever. And then to end this journey now, I think 2008 to now, it's about 16-year journey. And to have
Yeah.
a United fan be like, "Band karo ye, we are Man United." Amogh,
Yeah.
the bottom has been reached. Now I can confidently
The
say,
bottom. Oh,
Hey,
Are,
do it.
nahi, the bottom.
It's getting worse.
oh, I was going to say,
I'll tell
now
you,
it's
Muki,
probably
no,
going to
no.
get up.
No,
Yes.
Muki, I'll tell you when the bottom is truly going to be reached because very soon we're going to hear inspirational quotes from legendary players and ex-managers saying, "Oh, you know what? We're going to knock Aston Villa off their perch of 5th place." ये होने वाला है. And when that happens, that is when you can be truly happy as a Liverpool fan. Fucking nonsense. Even more nonsensical was Neil Maupai, the shithouse in chief of the Premier League.
The
मतलब
Joey
वो
Barton
football खेलता कम है.
regen. The Joey Barton regen.
The Joey Barton region. Fucking uska he plays football less and he fucking shithouses more. Like that has become his persona. And he, after the game, posted an image of Scott McTominay clashing with him where he was pulling at his shirt with the caption, "This fan was desperate for my shirt." I mean, यार, embarrassment की भी हद होती है.
Yeah, you're not
Who
that
commented
good.
on this?
I mean,
Somebody
if-
commented
if-
on this. Yeah,
Did?
saying that
I
he
didn't- I
runs
didn't
he runs his mouth more than he plays on the ball.
Oh, I think it was Luke Littler, the darts player from
Champion.
Manchester,
Yeah,
who's a
I
big
think
Man
so,
United
yeah.
fan. I think he commented. मतलब darts वाले लोग हमारे लिए defend कर रहे हैं यार. वेंचो players कुछ नहीं कर सकते. वेंचो ये Luke. I don't know if you've seen Luke Littler. He's a fantastic athlete, but his sport is darts. Okay, now I don't want to be a little whatever athletist towards other sports. Every sport is a sport, every sport is a challenge, and I can't play any of them, so what the fuck do I know? But let's face it, he fucking plays darts. He stays in one position and throws a pointy
Also,
thing at a flat
I'm
surface.
sorry, if you can play your sport in a bar, then it's probably not a sport.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
if you can-
People who play sports go to bars to enjoy themselves after playing the sport. तू तो उधर ही रहता है.
If
And he's a
your
fucking
sport
he's a
can be-
portly guy. You know, he's got a big paunch and everything. Because granted, at darts you don't need to be in peak athletic shape.
Yeah,
He has to come and defend my club against a fucking footballer who's talking shit, and my players can't do shit. Like this is the state. I'm so fucking done. I'm so fucking done with this club. So fucking
So that
done.
means you're going to go and watch darts.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Perfect.
मैं golf देखना शुरू करेगा man. So that will be better than
The
this
Players Championship
nonsense.
is on. You should go. You
Yeah.
should go and watch that.
Yeah. I should learn how to play also. It'll be good for my mental health, I feel. Right. Final game that we're going to talk about is Newcastle 4, West Ham 3. Possibly the most entertaining game of the weekend because
And
West
in a
Ham were
while,
3-1
I
up
think,
at one
easily
point.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah. West Ham 3-1 up at one point and then losing the game 4-3. Absolutely phenomenal performance from Newcastle. When West Ham, I think it was Mohamed Kudus who scored the third goal. He went to the Newcastle ball boy next to the goal, and he was like, "Oh, I need to sit here for my celebration?" And the Newcastle ball boy was like, What? Can't hear you. You can't sit here." Absolute shit house. And I think that is when everything changed for Newcastle. I think that is when the fire was lit, and Newcastle players were like, "Man, he's going up against one of our ball boys. Now we'll show them. Kuch to Seeko United mother chodo." This is how you fight for your badge. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, like this. It reminded me of that time. Remember, I think I was against when Mourinho was at Tottenham, where a ball boy passed a ball really early.
Yes.
And they went on to congratulate him. I think this is probably that moment for Newcastle. It was excellent.
Yeah. But I feel like we're going into a place in European football, at least now, where because there's so many fixtures and there's so many injuries to the players because of so many fixtures, the ball boys are going to be an integral part of your squad and your strategy. I think it's just going to be that. Basically, Connor Bradley, Jarrell Kwanzaa, glorified ball boys is what I'm saying.
Oof.
The day will come. Fabrizio Romano is going to start putting revealed new ball boy, new signing.
Absolutely. You're feeling a little hurt by that comment of mine.
I am. And then I just look at the table and then I'll feel happy. Don't worry.
Acha. You look at the table. Well done. Yeah, there's nothing, Prashant, that I can say when you say
you can't
shit like look at the table and all. Although just going back to the game, Calvin Phillips, his terrible run of form in general, not just in a West Ham shirt, but in general in football continues because again, an absolutely shambolic performance from him. Gave away the penalty that got Newcastle back into the game, was booed by his own fans, and then went on to give the West Ham fans the finger. Things are not going right for him.
Oh, I mean, I think it's also like it just shows how much Guardiola was right in like restricting his play, restricting his hours. I don't know if it's a training thing, and I don't know if it was because I know he was accused of becoming fat, and then Guardiola later apologized for it, and I think it looked like an apology which said like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to continue this fight, and maybe it was a translation issue, and he wanted to tell him that he was not fit enough, right? So I think it's proving right. I think the more and more Calvin Phillips plays, the more and more it's seeming like Guardiola was right and that David Moyes probably made a mistake in signing him. I don't think it was a risk worth taking at a West Ham project that seemed to be going so well. He didn't have to take this risk. But yeah, I think it's a David Moyes fumble. Rather than, I mean, of course, Calvin Phillips made the mistake, but I think David Moyes did a mistake of first getting him on and then at a broader level signing him.
But I mean, David Moyes has said that he's asked the fans to support Calvin Phillips because he does feel like his performances will turn and he will be able to contribute for West Ham in the coming game. So, you know, we'll see how that goes, but it does not look good.
Doesn't look good for him. Yeah.
For Calvin Phillips. Right. To end this show, let's talk about one more thing in national level football that does not look good. We head over to Germany. Germany, of course, are going to host the Euros later on this year. And the German Football Federation and their kit manufacturers, Adidas, of course, have been Germany's kit manufacturers for, I think, their entire lifetime. I don't remember a Germany team without an Adidas kit. But this time around, they've done something bad. Now, this comes on the back of Germany also signing an agreement with Nike from 2027. So Adidas is no longer going to be making Germany kits anymore from 2027, and it is going to be their biggest rivals, Nike, who are going to take over, which just it just destroys football in my brain. Like, that's not right. It should not be that way. Something about it just feels wrong, right? Clearly, you guys are not as passionate about this as I am.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, dude.
I mean,
like,
Germany's
jersey,
always
yeah.
been Adidas. Germany's always been Adidas.
I don't care much about either Nike makes it or Adidas makes it for German or any of the fucking jersey leagues.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to find other people to join me on this podcast for these kit-based, brand-based, nerdy things to talk about. Anyway, that's
I
not
tell you what, I will be passionate when Shivnarish makes it.
yes. Or Performax, as the Indian TN's kit supplier is.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's not even the most embarrassing thing, right? Like, on the back of this, the German Football Federation and Adidas have taken the decision to remove and redesign the number 4 created for use with the latest Germany national team kits for Euro 2024, because the number 4, and especially when used as number 44, so when doubled, looks like a Nazi SS symbol.
Yeah, I saw that. That seems a little. It's very close. I get it. I understand. I understand what they mean by that
And
font
I
in the.
completely get Germans being like, let's not even get anything. You know
Yeah.
what? Let's just remove the word H.
Yeah.
Let's remove the
Yeah.
word H from all of German
Yeah.
altogether.
Yeah.
Let's remove 8 because I know that's also another big Nazi.
Yeah.
Right? Let's remove 4.
Yeah.
We just go from 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. You know?
Yeah. Doesn't Tony
Like-
Kroos wear number 4 for Germany, or does he wear number 5?
Thinking of all. I think Tony Kroos is
Yeah,
going to wear
sure,
3+1
change
or
is in
something.
order. Yeah, but no, it does turn out that the German Football Association have acknowledged the mistake and the fact that the number looks a lot like a Nazi insignia, and they are going to change it. So by the time the Euros do come around, they will have changed the design of the number. But one of the most bizarre things to come out in the footballing world of late. Fantastic. On that note, it is time to end this episode. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the Corner Flag. If you'd like to get in touch with us and tell us what you thought of this episode, you can reach us on our social media. You can find Mukesh on Instagram at,
Mukesh Manjunath.
you can find Prashant on Instagram at,
Prash 224.
and you can find me on Instagram at Amogh. You can also follow the Corner Flag on
That's
Instagram
because
and
his name
Twitter.
is Slaven Bilic.
Oh, I think, okay, cool. You can also follow the Corner Flag on Instagram and Twitter at @CornerFlagPod. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@CornerFlagPod. Hit that subscribe button, like our videos, comment on them. We respond to all comments, good or bad. So let's have some fun over there. Shout out to Kezat Gurda for composing our theme tune. And until next week, it is goodbye from us. So say bye, Mukesh.
Bye, guys.
Say bye, Prashant.
Bye, guys.
And it's bye from me.